Good morning, SupCom friends. It is morning here. I haven't even had my coffee yet. That's how much I love you guys. But I woke up and I had to figure this out. We've just had the patch where they've added in some new way of capping things like mass extractors and radars, and also a revamp of what was the group attack and the disperse movement command. So I'm going to show you guys really quickly how to set this up now, what you need to do. So I've seen a video that says you're supposed to be able to do this with the assist key, and which is down here, and the I key. I don't see that working, so I'm going to show you what I do. First step, hit F1 to bring up your keybinds, and right here under Orders Mouse Context, the very first option, cap a structure, shift version. So I'm using this one. It works great. I'm personally using Shift C because I was already using Shift Z and Shift X for the grouping and disperse, but also Shift C is easy. Remember, because you're capping things, so Shift C. That's my recommendation. It's not used for anything else. I say go with that. Just double click this, hit Shift C. You shouldn't get any warning that it's used in anything else, and then you're done. Close that. Now what this is going to allow you to do is pretty much the same way our old capping worked. I'll just grab a few of the appropriate engineers. Is if I mouse over and hit Shift C, you don't need to select it, just mouse over it, hit Shift C, you'll see there is actually cap with storages, comes up, tells you what it's doing, but what's really important is the capping comes up here. Right, so again, just select your engineers, mouse over, and hit your new Shift C hotkey. And this acts just like it did before. You can see we're getting our capping here. And it works just again when you've got the tier 3, you used to be able to ring it with the fabricators. And again, one tap will do storage, a second tap, actually sometimes you gotta double tap it really quick. That's not too dissimilar than what we was doing before as well, but now you can see we've got everything queued up. We're going to do the 4 storages followed by the rings. This also works on a lot of the other structures too. For example, radar is going to ring it with power. I haven't tested it out yet, but I understand the artillery, I don't really want to build them because I don't want to do the other side here while I'm doing a demo, but artillery should ring it with power, and apparently even the tier 3 artilleries will ring it with tier 3 PGen. So all that stuff, it's all just bound now in the Control C. Speaking of the other bind that hasn't really changed, it should just be your G key, your Shift G key. It's changeable. Again, like I said, I used to have the group attack rebound to Shift Z, and now this is all controlled on one. So we used to have the group attack where you could go, okay, we're going to attack a whole bunch of things here, and then we're going to hit the group attack key, and it's going to split that. That's still it. Now what they've done, the reason our disperse move mod ability is not working is that they've combined them. So now it's as simple as right click, hold shift, do a string of waypoints, and hit the same group attack key that you used to attack with, and now it's also the disperse move built in. So those functions are now combined with everything. It works with engineers. You can give them build commands and then split them off, and they'll all go each build. Now that's not super efficient. Normally I would let the group build them one by one, but whatever reasons you might have for doing it, it works, right? Likewise, scouting, here we go, and hit your group split key. I had more waypoints than I had scouts, but you can see it still works beautifully. Alright, that's basically it. There's one more little trick I'm going to just pause to show.
5 minutes later.
Okay, so the other thing they added, and I don't know, the part's kind of actually cooler than I thought it was going to be, but what we've got is all these factory style units, like the carriers that can all make planes, other units like the Fat Boy that can make land units. There's a bunch of them that can make units. The idea of being able to make units on the fly was great. Like I've certainly done with Fat Boys. Make shield generators, make flak cannons, make engineers out in the field with your Fat Boy. I've done it. But the problem is it can only make those things when they're standing still. As soon as you move or issue any order, really, it cancels the build queue. There was no way to queue up to build on the fly, which is silly. If it's building inside the vehicle, why isn't it building it while it's driving? But they've managed to find a way to fix that, and it's actually kind of ingenious. What they've done now is they've separated. You notice this carrier does not have the build orders to build your planes here. But what they have added, as you see me move my mouse, if they've added a second section onto the back, and these things always seem to be on the back. I saw a video of the Fat Boy doing it. Again, it's the back third of the Fat Boy. So once you mouse over that, if you click there, there's your factory unit. So let's queue up scout to let's just do a standard, get some interceptors and scouts. You can see now it's building that, and then by selecting the actual carrier, you can now continue on. You still get the build bar down below. It's all still tied to the unit. It's just simply that they've actually made an invisible factory unit, you asshole, that goes on here. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't thinking, I didn't do this all with the UEF, or I could have shown you the Fat Boy as well. That's why I'm out here on a silly 5x5 with a tier 3 carrier. But you can see, all you need to do is mouse over that, select it, and you can alter, you could build bombers if you want. As with all carriers, they're stored in the carrier. Now that we cut the carrier main body, you can see they're down here, and you can use the standard deploy. Out they come. But just having these build factories as a second invisible unit hitched to the back, it's kind of brilliant. And you can see even by deploying, I didn't expect that, even by deploying those air units, it hasn't interrupted my build order, which is the way it would have used to done. So you can have a fully battle ready factory unit that as soon as I'm in range can start doing its, oops, if I turn them on properly, we can be firing anti-air, we can be firing missiles, and we're constantly making flames now. Suddenly I think these units have gotten a lot more useful. So that's it. Those are the main things in the last patch. A few of them require tweaking orders or just learning how to redo things. But there we go.